Season 61, War Number 1. Today we've matched up against 2-1-1, and there's way too many ones in one sentence. And yeah, those are the bands, and we're gonna join today with my Lumatrix, my Vox, and my Bastion, and we have a 10-fight war today. So yeah, starting the season off with a absolute bang here. 4 fights with my rank 3 Lumatrix, and then rank 4 Vox and Bastion each have 3 each. And I'm looking forward to this one, especially with Lumatrix being the front runner, because he's one of my favorite characters in the game who I just haven't taken to war too much. And this tactic, he's just extremely good. So that's definitely going to be changing. But yeah, like as far as tactic goes, he's kind of one of the best options because you always have that endurance no matter what to counter the unstoppable. And then the endurance just makes rage fall off even faster, and all the other things fall off even faster, so you're not subject to inequity, and just, you know, so many advantages. But I'm fighting this Chee'ilth here on node 7 first. This is a really long fight, so I sped it up, and it's kind of boring. But the reason I'm using Lumatrix here is because he's a champion who is 1, bleed immune, which is really good against Chee'ilth, and 2, he can get his openings without needing to block, because I can just do the charge heavy into the passive stun thing. And yeah, I really like him for champs that I don't want to block against, because then I can get really easy openings like that. So yeah, he did the fight pretty well, just, you know, took some time, and Chee'ilth's AI was a little wacky there. But now we're going to go fight this Mr. Negative, where we're going to actually be able to throw specials, which is nice. And then I get quadruple resisted, which is insane, but yeah, it's not that big a deal. So charge heavy here, and then go ahead and drop my heavy. It's fine. Like, he keeps triggering unfazed, which is, it means that he can dash back and get some light energy, which is annoying, but it's not that big a deal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop my special 2 here. I didn't even do the whole go unblockable first with the special 1 because I knew I wouldn't need it. And then I just, you know, counter punch him with my miss, and then he's dead with a combo and a relic. So now we're gonna go fight Yelena on node 20. Yelena's on this node because she's really annoying with the regen mainly, and you know, mutant champs wanting to have access to special attacks, they're getting hindered a good bit because of the power drain node. So I'm using Vox here because 1, he's immune to power drain, and 2, once we have the degens active, Despair is just going to kick in and the regen won't matter. And he has damage that's high enough to where I can literally kill her from 100 to 0 if I need to once I stack enough degens. So we're going to go for 1 degen cycle, which I believe is going to place like 27 of them. And then I'll lock them back and then place another set, which should have about 48, I think. So I'm going to go for my special 1 right here. And there's the 27. And then we're going to go ahead and start comboing her. We'll get the degen potency up a good bit, but I'm not planning on this cycle to kill. I didn't even get the pause from hitting her block, so yeah, this just wasn't going to do it. But it does bring her all the way down to 31, which is pretty insane. The regen is going to bring her like way back up, of course, but it's not going to matter once this 48 set of degens starts ticking. Because like I've barely even touched her and she's already taking like 16,000 damage per tick, and now she's just gonna absolutely drop. So yeah, she goes down pretty nice. And then we're gonna go fight Spider-Woman here with Bastion. So last season the go-to for this assignment would be sending Mantis. This tactic, I can't confirm if this is true or not, but I've heard that the rage debuffs are unaffected by ability accuracy, meaning you can't tranquilize them. I can't confirm if that's true, it's just what I've heard. And if it is true, Mantis probably would not be able to work. Maybe she still could, and maybe we'll find someone else doing it. But I kind of had to look for alternatives when planning this one. And the person I was in a voice call with suggested Bastion. And overall, I think it was a pretty good call. It didn't go as well as I was hoping it would, but it definitely worked. And obviously, you kind of have to have Odin for this. I say obviously, I soloed it without Odin once last season, but it was like really bad, and I barely lived. So I would not ever send that again without Odin. So here I'm going to go ahead and heavy into my special 2. Go ahead and knock her down, get the endurance while the unstoppable is on cooldown. And then we're going to go ahead and drop a special 1 right there, which is going to do a decent bit of damage, but it's nerfed heavily by inequity. And then the ensnare can fail some of the burst damage applying multiple times, because it applies once just in general, and then a second time for disintegration on the opponent. So here I'm gonna go ahead and start comboing, and I probably should have worked back to another special 2 at this point, because my Furies are expiring. I didn't have my Infection up, so this one wasn't gonna hit very hard. And then she just drops a special on my hard block. I'm like, oh wow, okay. I could have dexed it, because I didn't have the fumble on me, but I didn't realize that at the time, and again, I just wasn't expecting it. Luckily, the tactic giving me endurance means the power stings and the other things are also falling off a lot easier. This, I should have definitely gone for a special 2 here, by the way. Now we're just slowly killing her. But yeah, so the endurance means that if she places power stings on me, which she's going to do by the special 1 and by dropping a special in general because of EMP modification, they're going to last a bit shorter because of the endurance. So I think the special 1 kills, barely. Ensnare fails some of the damage applying twice, as you saw, but yeah, it went pretty healthy. I don't think it's the best option. I'm sure we'll find better things than Bastion with Odin for that. Solvark was another one that I heard could be pretty good for it, and I might send it once. We'll see. But yeah, he didn't do too bad. Okay, now we're gonna go fight this Shocker with Lumatrix, and I originally assigned myself Bastion for this one, and then I was like, what the hell? I feel like using Lumatrix here. I'm not gonna die with either one. And I'm very glad I made the call to do Lumatrix, because this is one of the best fights of the war. Because this Shocker is gonna get completely violated, honestly. So like, I'm gonna go for my special 1 here, and then a special 2, and then it's gonna be timed right when protection would come back, and then I just drop the unblockable relic, and then he's just gone. I freaking love Lumatrix, man. He's so great. He's so great. So yeah. I hope everyone would be able to get access to Lumatrix before. I haven't said this publicly, but I really hate the idle release system, and I really hope some free-to-play players are able to get their hands on Lumatrix, because he is really awesome. And I just wish the idle release program was a bit better. But that's another topic for something else. Anyway, we're fighting High Evo on node 42 here, and I messed up pretty badly because I dexed and pushed into special 2 on accident. I don't know. I either thought that I wouldn't be triggering dex there, or I don't even know what I was thinking. But definitely pushing into special 2 is not my intention. But everything else is going to go fine. He's going to die pretty shortly. So I go for heavy into a special 1. We're going to eat some power sting damage. It's fine. I don't really care. And then I throw an unblockable special 2, and then we're just unblockable now. And it's like, oh, well, I can go ahead and grab another invisibility cycle here, refresh all my things, and then he's just dead. So, like, once Lumatrix gets those 3 bars dropped, dude, everything's just going to die pretty soon after. And yeah, I played that fight pretty badly by pushing him to special 2, and still less than a minute fight. Lumatrix is so good, man. Alright, that was the last Luma fight, though. We're going to be using Bastion and Vox for the rest of the war. And we're actually going to fight Lumatrix now. This time, we're fighting him on node 44. So this node is Hazard, Shift, Poison, and Rupture. Vox is immune to Poison. So we're going to play pretty aggressive during that phase, and then hit him a little bit in Rupture, but not really. There, I made a brain fart. I thought that he wouldn't make you miss if you hit his block. Clearly that's not true. Stupid. I don't know. I'm just a little dumb. But it's fine. And then yeah, now we have the vigilance, because I used a PS1 to get my vigilance up faster. And I'm just gonna let the degens expire. I could have locked them back in if I played more aggressively, but I didn't feel like pushing the special 2 or playing extremely aggressive in the Rupture phase. And then I use a heavy there just to push him away from me, but it didn't really do much. And then here I'm just going to go for another special 2, and I believe I get a crit on every single hit. and then he just dies. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, he goes down, and then now we're going to fight Onslaught on node 47 with Bastion. It's Bastion versus Onslaught. There's not much to this. I didn't even show the nodes because I was trying to get to my next fight after this one with a PS1 still active. I'm not going to be able to do that, but I was just trying to save a little bit of time. And then, yeah, I say it's like really easy and then somehow mess up the special 1 decks. I don't know what happened there, I just messed it up. But then I'm going to go for the special 2 with Bastion. I have a lot of debuffs on me, so the inequity is reducing my attack rating by 36%, which is annoying, but now it's 24%, still something. But we're still doing 42,000 damage every single burst on that special 1. And then he drops the special 1 there. I'm going to get the dex this time, get the punish because I had the unstoppable on me. And then we're going to go and kill him right here. Boom, boom, disintegration falls off, but he is alive at 3% actually. And then I think, yeah, the medium kills him right before the falter was coming back. But I was prepared to drop a relic if the falter was imminent. And now we're going to go fight Future Ant-Man with Vox on node 49. This is Polka Dot Power, and I took this fight last season when Future Ant-Man was defense tactic, and I soloed, but it was not that great. I lost a lot of health, but now that Future Ant-Man is not tactic, this fight is so much easier. So the game plan for Vox on 49 is pretty simple. You're gonna just drop special 1s when you don't have degens active, because you do not want to consume them back, because then you'll just never get power again. So we have to let the degens expire intentionally, so that every time we drop a special 1, it's placing degens and not consuming them. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop them as I get them, as long as the degens aren't active. Skill issued the special 1 dex right there, but it's not a big deal. Like, I'm very healthy right now, and again, like last time I did this when he was defense tactic last season, I was not nearly as healthy because of the power detonations chipping me down a lot. And I feel like he got better armor RNG last time. This time his armor RNG, he was still getting them a good bit, but it didn't feel as bad as last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop a special 1 right here. There he only procced 1 armor during the whole special 1, which is pretty good RNG for me. And then, yeah, he's gonna drop right here. So, yeah, Vox with a PS1 is pretty good for that fight. And then the last fight of the war is an Apocalypse boss. Taking this with Bastion, of course, and yeah, Bastion, it's Bastion versus APOC. There's really not that much going on. Is he the best option for this boss? I'm not sure. I'd still need to get used to what the tactic pool even is, because I barely remember them. But yeah, he's so simple for this. And APOC isn't much of a defender, so I don't really know why he's here, but honestly, it's not a bad call, because the boss node's not usually killing an Alliance War anymore anyway, so you might as well just put a big body on it, I guess. I place bosses with a bit of a different philosophy, but yeah. This is not that bad, I guess, because boss node's not really killing usually. But Bastion's going to take a little bit longer than I expected here. Multiple reasons. One, inequity. I'm going to have a lot of debuffs on me in this fight. They're all reducing attack by 6% up to 36. And then the taunt is also reducing my attack. I don't remember the potency of the taunt, but it's very annoying. And I'm only doing 15k-ish bursts when I have the taunt active. It reduces your damage by a lot, man. And I don't like the node. I don't like the taunt node on this boss because of the attack reduction, but also it's not like it's really bad. It's just annoying to see my attack get reduced that much. So now I'm going to go ahead and build back to a special 2. Get my Furies again. And then, yeah. Bastion is also pretty tanky. When the infection's active, he reduces the opponent's attack rating by 35%. And then that little purple armor, the way it works is when your block is broken by an unblockable, that armor is going to turn into a regen. Or just a self-repair kind of thing. When your block is broken by an unblockable or I think crush, then you'll just start getting a self-repair. But as far as its own thing, I don't remember if it gives you armor rating. If it does, then it makes him even more tanky. But I know for sure the 35% attack rating reduction that he does when they have the infection up is really, really good for tankiness, of course. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and drop a special one here. Unfortunately, I had to choose either between lining it up with the taunt or lining it up with the infection falling off, and I could only line it up with the infection not falling off, but it doesn't really matter because the next special one's just going to kill him right there. And then, yeah, he's dead now, and that's my War 1. We did win this war. Honestly, pretty sloppy on our part. 17 deaths is not what we're looking for on War 1, but at least we won the war, so it's not like it really matters that much. GG's to 2-1-1, and good luck to them for the rest of the season. And yeah, hope we have a good season again. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.